Hello everybody, welcome. This is Wendy. I am here today to make a card for my grandpa. This is a new stamp set called A Good Man. I love it. It'll be available June 3rd in the annual catalog. And I'm using some elements that are retiring as well, but the stamp set was just too good not to get some ink on it. So I'm stamping out I Grew Up Loved in Versamark ink, and I used my embossing buddy first on that area to make sure that my embossing powder didn't stick to areas I didn't want it to stick to. So I'm adding the Whisper White, well actually this is not Whisper White, sorry, I take that back. This is actually a white embossing powder from another company because Stampin' Up's embossing powder tends to be a little bit vanilla. So I use Stampin' Up's embossing powder for vanilla, and I use this other embossing powder for my white. So I stamped on Blueberry Bushel, and I'm using a piece of 4 1/4 by 11 inch Whisper White thick cardstock, folding it in half and burnishing the edge. And then I'm using the Best Root Designer Series paper that's retiring. It is so cute. This sheet in particular, I thought was like kind of perfect for the background of this card. It's little bicycles all over the place. You could use this side too, as a matter of fact. But I personally really liked the idea of the bicycles as a pattern for the background, just because growing up as a kid, I can remember being out at my grandparents and we rode bicycles all the time. And so I just thought that was a good element to have on there. This designer series paper is retiring soon, so if you love it and you want it, make sure that you purchase it because it will be gone soon. June 3rd is the launch of our new catalog, and many of you have asked if you could get a catalog from me. Yes, absolutely you can. If you purchase from me, you're just going to automatically get one in the mail from me. You don't even have to request one. If you do not order with me and you would like a catalog, I will ask that you pay the shipping. Some people have questioned why I'm doing that. I will tell you it's $7 to ship a catalog plus the expense of the catalog. So I'm not going to charge for the catalog itself, but if you don't order with me and you would like a catalog, I would just ask that you pay the shipping. All right, so the link, by the way, is below the video if you want to request a catalog. I'm going to now trim apart all of these words. So these were 2 different sentiments, and I'm going to basically trim them apart and put them back together so that they are one sentiment. So that's what I'm doing here. Lots of trimming. The other thing I wanted to remind you about while I'm trimming, and then we're going to have story time, is I still have spots open for my PJ paper party. That is at the end of, well, the actual party itself is June 21st, but the deadline to sign up for it is June 2nd because it comes with a paper share. So you get amazing packs of paper, 19 card kits. There'll be giveaways, door prize drawings. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I highly recommend that you sign up for that. Again, link below the video. I'm also doing a punch art class right now with Rhonda Wade, and that's available only till May 14th to sign up for. And we are donating $5 of every class purchase to the PEHT program or foundation, which stands for Partnership to End Human Trafficking. It's a really great organization out of Connecticut, and they are working to build a beautiful place for people to live who have been victims of human trafficking. And so we will be making a donation, both of us will be making a donation to that organization. So for every class I sell, $5 will go to that organization. Okay, let's talk about the card for a second, and then we'll have some story time about Grandpa because he's the best story time person. I'm using Balmy Blue to color Grandpa's pants here. I want them to look like denim. So I'm going to color them in the dark Balmy Blue, and then I'm going to go in with some Old Navy. That's funny. Some Night of Navy for the shadows. I also am wearing blue jeans in this So that is what I'm coloring myself. And then I did orange and yellow for our shirts because I knew that they would go well with the blue. I'm using pineapple punch for my shirt and pumpkin pie for his. He's going to get some silver hair, and I'm going to get some like strawberry blondish, reddish, brownish hair. I have some weird hair colors. Okay. So while I'm coloring and assembling, let's talk about Papa. He is 96 years old and he is just a gem. And I have to tell you, this is the new thing with him. So he is getting to where he doesn't want to eat. And he's still up and around and doing stuff, but his teeth are not very good. He still has his own teeth, okay? And a lot of people his age have dentures. So he still has his own teeth. However, he has much fewer of them. So he's lost a lot of teeth in the back of his mouth. He still has his front teeth, but he's lost a lot of like molars and stuff. So it's just really hard for him to eat anything that is crunchy or chewy or anything. So basically, he quit eating. He was like, I'm just not going to eat. So for lunch, he has like a banana, a little bit of pickled okra, which I'm just going to say, if you can eat pickled okra, you can eat other things. But in his head, he can't. So he has pickled okra, banana, and like Jimmy Dean sausage patties or something. I don't know. Something very soft. Not nutritious at all. His nutrition is completely out the window at this point. And for dinner, what would you ask that he would have for dinner? Well, a large McDonald's milkshake every single night. So my mom, God bless her, or my aunt, have to drive all the way to McDonald's, which, y'all, we live in the country, so it's not like it's 5 minutes down the street like most people. No, it's like a 20-minute haul to get him one way to get him his milkshake. So every single day, my mom or my aunt go and get him the milkshake. And I feel so bad because I can't participate in this situation because my daughter is in swim team right now. So she's swimming at the hour that like he would need his milkshake. So, and she swims down in the area where we would go to get the milkshake. So it'd be like I'd have to drive down there early, get the milkshake, bring it back to him, drive her back down to swim, drive back. I mean, it would be a lot. I could do it. I should just stop complaining. I probably could do it. But my mom and my aunt have it covered for now. And I'm sure my turn's coming for some stuff. So we'll just leave it like that. So anyway, that's all he wants at night is one large McDonald's milkshake. And that's it. So basically the way I look at it is he's 96 years old. And if he asked for whatever he asked for every night, we're just kind of in the mindset of like, okay, whatever. I mean, we're hoping actually it'll put a little weight back on him because he had lost some weight just because he's not, like I said, he's not eating. So, yeah. So anyway, he's getting a milkshake every single night and somebody has to go get it and it's a pain, but you know what? He won't be here forever. And everybody will be very happy that they took the time to go get him his milkshake. Other stories about Grandpa. So when I was young, if you read my blog post today, by the way, you'll get a lot more insight into my life and info about Papa. Papa was my saving grace. He was the person that like loved me no matter what. Remember, we've talked about this before. I was not an easy child to love. And if you've watched my videos for any length of time, you know that I hold a very special place in my heart for him. He is just one of those people that's like the salt of the earth, super sweet, was always really good to his family. He had 4 daughters. And he has almost all granddaughters and great-granddaughters, just a couple of grandsons. So, yeah, there's not literally 2. So he's been surrounded by women his whole life. And I got to tell you, he's like the perfect guy for that because he's not really, he is a man's man, but not really. I don't know how to describe it. It's really interesting. So he is super sweet and super kind, and he never had friends. Like, he never had guy friends. Like, we were all his friend. And so I always thought that that was normal. Like, I thought that's how it was supposed to be. When you got married, your husband would just hang out with you and nobody else, and like everything would be about the family all the time, no matter what. And my grandma and grandpa never went anywhere without each other. They didn't do anything without each other. And so when I got married, yeah, it was interesting for a while, because I was like, but we're married now. You're not supposed to go anywhere or do anything without me, and you're not supposed to hang out with your friends, and you're not supposed to, like, yeah, I had problems. So but that's who I grew up with as my role model for like what a good, healthy marriage was. And I think for my grandpa, um, in his case, he didn't want to do any of those things because he wanted to spend every moment with his family. Family was everything to him because he had such a horrible upbringing, and all his family was split up, and it was super sad. All his sisters were separated from him at a very young age. At 5 years old, his dad died. His mom was put into a mental health facility, and it was super, super sad. So he was left with this horrible uncle that was just super mean to him. And so I think by the time he got grown and it was time for him to have his own family, he was like a dog with a bone. He was never letting go. And so to him, there was nobody else was important except for just his family. So for me personally, I think it was a really honorable thing that he did in the way he spent time with his family. But I love my friends, and my husband loves his friends, and our friends together, and spending time with them. And so that's definitely one thing that I have changed about my adult life that was different in my childhood. Like, none of my family really had friends. It was just all about the family all the time. And I don't really like that. I like having friends and doing things with different people and learning about different people and how they live their lives and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, if you want to see more about Papa, there's a really good write-up on my blog. I was pretty proud of it. And so you can check that out at loveandstampin.com. You can shop for any of these supplies at shoploveandstampin.com. Click on either one of these images to watch the videos. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, and sign up for the PJ Paper Party so we can hang out. Bye.